Well, class, let's continue on page 60. Okay, in this part, we're going to see grammar number 1. Okay, so my advice for you is to pay attention and try to get as much information as you can. Well, let's start. The activity grammar number 1 says there is, there are, affirmative, and negative. Okay, so number 1 says, read the sentences below. No? A, there is a village, and B, there are only 6 hours of daylight. Which sentence is singular or sorry, and which is plural? Okay, letter S or letter P? Letter S is for singular and letter P is for plural. Okay, let's see. There is a village. There are only 5 hours of daylight. So which one is singular and which one is plural? Okay, this is letter S. This is singular. Okay, this one is going to be singular. Why? Because it says there is. There is. And this part helps you to identify singularity or plurality. For example, there is a village, there is a teacher, there is a book, there is a car, there is a dog, or in some cases you can say like there is an apple, there is an airplane, there is an orange. So there is no problem, there is no problem. Okay, there are. When you use there are, is for plural, so in letter B you write P. There are only 6 hours of daylight. 6 hours. Check this part. No hours. There are, for example, I don't know, there are 10 books. There are 7 students. There are 100 people, for example. There are 20 cars. There are 10 dogs. Okay, now let's see singular and plural. Now says underline the correct options to complete the charts. Cross out the wrong ones. Okay, let's see. The idea is to identify singular or plurals. As you can see, with singular you use a. Like for example, a village. Let's use a vocabulary. Okay, let's use a bank, a drugstore. No, in singular without S, a gym, a hotel, a library, a mall, a movie theater. Okay, a library. So singular, there is or there are. Exactly, there's. No, in this case, is the full form there is, and here it says there's is a contraction. It's the same. So this is the answer, there's. This is correct, and this is incorrect. Now, when I use plural, 2 banks, 3 banks, 4 banks, 5 banks, 10 banks, 100 banks. Okay, when it's plural, you add letter S, like in Spanish. There is or there are. There are or there is. Of course, if singular is there is, plural is there are. There are 2 banks. There are 2 teachers. There are 2 books. Remember, letter S. Okay, this is affirmative. Now, teacher, what about the negative form? The negative form is very easy. Is, isn't, are, aren't, and they have the same rules. For example, a museum. There isn't or there aren't a museum. Of course, there isn't a museum. And the plural hotel, hotels. No, there aren't any hotels. So you can help your sentence with any. There aren't any teachers. There aren't any laptops. There aren't any books. Okay, it's a possibility. Now let's see. Affirmative and negative. Now let's see if you get the idea. 3. How do you say there is and there are in your language? There is or there are in your language. Okay, there is for singular, remember, and there are is for plural. Or there isn't and there aren't. Affirmative or negative. Well, in our language, if I say there is or I say there are, they means I for quantity. There is a library, hay una biblioteca. There are 2 banks, hay 2 bancos. That is the idea, easy as that. Okay, now let's see. Remember, okay. For example, here in number 4 says complete the sentence with is or are. So what do you have to do? Identify singular or plural. There, 3 airports. 3, 1, 2, 3. There are 3 airports. Okay. There are 472 subway stations. There are, of course, there a huge statue next to the Hudson River, the Statue of Liberty. There is a. Okay, there is a. There more than 300 movie theaters. More than 300. Of course, there are. There are more than 300 movie theaters. There, a museum of natural history. There is a museum. Excellent. Excellent. Remember, I'm not writing the answers because the idea is that you can listen and you can work on your books. Number 5, there is an activity. We're going to do this in our classes. And also we have prepositions of place. Preposition of place are some words that can help you to look for some places. Okay? Read the preposition of place in the box. Behind, between, in front of, near, next to, on, or across from. Then write them under the correct corresponding picture. For example, we have on. No, there is a cup or a glass, and there is a ball. No, and that is on. It's like, for example, I have my book and I put my mouse on the book. On the book. Yes. Now, letter B. There is a glass once again, and the ball is in. No, the ball is in the glass. Letter C. The same glass, no, but the ball is behind. Excellent, behind. Now, there is no ball, but there are two. There are 2 glasses. And there is a road. It's like the Panamericana, no? And what is the correct preposition of place? Across from. No, across from. Letter D, across from. Letter E. There are 2 glasses and in the middle there is the ball. Between. The ball is between the glasses. Now, there is a glass and there is a ball. The glass is next to the ball. Now there is a glass and the ball is in front of. And letter H. There is a glass, but the ball is not close to the glass, is near the glass. So these prepositions are useful, for example, when you want to get a place. You ask somebody and that one can give you instructions to go to that place. Okay? Now listen. Here I have some places like a library, restaurant, supermarket, hotel, movie theater, gym, and drugstore. So what do you have to do? The idea is to read the sentences and use the correct preposition of place. One example, the supermarket. Here is the supermarket. The supermarket is in or is near the neighborhood. Neighborhood, barrio. Okay. Near the neighborhood. This is my neighborhood. It's in my neighborhood. Okay. The restaurant. Restaurant. The restaurant. The restaurant is between. Remember, between is like this, no? Between or across from the library. Across from. Across from. Perfect. The drugstore. Here, the drugstore is behind or next to the hotel. Behind. Can you remember behind? Because next to was this, no? What is that? Next to. The hotel is in front of or between the supermarket. The hotel is in front, no, between. Sorry, once again. The hotel is in front of or between the supermarket and the movie theater. Supermarket and movie theater. Between. This is between. No. Next, the movie theater is on or the movie theater is next to the hotel. Okay, next to. Yeah, and the other was on. No, no está encima, no. No. On. No. Next to the hotel. Also here you have an audio you want to listen to. So we're going to check it in our classes. Okay, class, thank you very much. This is being our last video. We have questions, but we're going to check it in our classes. Thank you very much. See you in classes. Bye bye.